let's talk about something we're all chasing pretty much every day, whether you're just grabbing a coffee or, buying a new car. That amazing feeling of being totally and completely satisfied.
Okay, so take a look at this. We all know this face, right? This is the look of a happy customer, the living embodiment of a five-star review. But what's really happening behind that smile? What's the secret sauce that actually creates that moment of pure delight?
And that really gets to the heart of what we're talking about today. Is that feeling of satisfaction just random, a happy little accident? Or is there an actual predictable science to why we feel good about a purchase?
Well, as it turns out, it is way more than just a passing feeling. Seriously, researchers and some of the biggest brands in the world have spent decades trying to decode satisfaction, and they've come up with some really powerful ways to understand how it all works.
Yep, there are actual scientific models that can map this all out. So today, we're going to unpack two of the biggest, most influential theories that really get to the core of why we feel happy or, totally frustrated with our experiences as customers.
So our first stop is this little thing that happens inside your head with every single purchase you make. I like to call it the expectation game. It's this simple but incredibly powerful face-off between what you think is going to happen and what actually happens.
Now, the official name is expectation disconfirmation theory. I know, it sounds super academic and stuffy, but the idea behind it is incredibly simple. Basically, how satisfied you are comes down almost entirely to how the real experience stacks up against what you were expecting in the first place.
Let's make this real. Imagine you order a coffee. You're expecting, a decent coffee, and for it to show up in maybe 10 minutes. But then, what you get is a truly amazing coffee, and it shows up in less than 5 minutes. That gap right there, that positive surprise, that's where real, deep satisfaction is born.
And this brings us to the golden rule of this whole theory. If performance exceeds expectations, satisfaction is likely high. In the biz, they call this positive disconfirmation, and it is the magic formula for making customers absolutely delighted. It's also why the smartest companies are always super careful not to overpromise. They're playing the expectation game right from the very beginning. But, it's not always about just blowing your expectations out of the water. Sometimes quality is just about consistently checking all the right boxes. And that brings us to a whole different way of looking at satisfaction, the serve-qual model. So the serve-qual model gives us a different lens to look through. It's this really useful framework that breaks down a service into 5 key areas, 5 dimensions that totally shape how we feel about the quality. You can almost think of it like a report card for a business. All right, let's go through this checklist. First up, we've got tangibles. This is everything you can see and touch, like, is the store clean? Is the website easy to use? Second is reliability. This one's all about consistency. Does the package always arrive when they say it will? And number 3 is responsiveness. How quick and willing are they to actually help you? Think getting a reply from customer service in minutes, not days. All right, continuing down the list, number 4 is assurance. This is all about trust and confidence. Does the employee know what they're talking about? Like a mechanic who can clearly explain what's wrong with your car, which makes you feel confident they can fix it. And last but not least, number 5 is empathy. This is that special touch, the company showing they care about you as an individual. Think of a barista who remembers your usual order. A business that nails all 5 of these isn't just getting lucky. They've built a system designed for quality. Okay, so we've talked about some pretty big ideas here. Expectations versus reality, this 5-point quality checklist. But why does any of this theory actually matter in the real world? Well, it connects directly to your wallet and to your everyday experiences. For a business, these models are basically a roadmap. They help them understand what you're saying in your reviews, pinpoint where they're going wrong, and build real, lasting loyalty. But for us, for you and me as consumers, this knowledge is pure power. It helps us explain exactly why we're unhappy with something. It helps us make smarter choices about where we spend our money, and it helps us recognize and reward the companies that really, truly get it right. So here's a little challenge for you. The next time you have a great or a really terrible customer experience, just take a second to think about it. Was it a case of your expectations being totally shattered or exceeded, or did that company nail or totally fail on one of those 5 key dimensions of quality? Now that you know the science behind it, what are you going to look for?